New York, Ashley, thank you. Let's bring in the editor of Restoring America for the Washington Examiner, Kaylee McGee-White, and Independent Women's Forum senior legal fellow, May Mailman. Thank you both for coming on. So both Biden and Trump were asked about the murder of Laken Riley in Georgia, and here's their responses.
Mr. President, do you bear any responsibility for Laken Riley's death? What is your response to Texas Governor?
What he is doing is just unbelievable. Joe Biden will never say Laken Riley's name, but we will say it and we will remember.
Yeah, I mean, you have this thing, Kaylee McGee-White, where you've got the president of the United States didn't want to address it at all, just ignored the question, and the former president couldn't wait to address the question.
Right, and it's also that Biden is visiting the southern border 3 years too late, I guess, for his grand opening of the border, but I guess that's the best that we can expect. And he also went on this random tangent about climate change instead of addressing the question about Laken Riley. And you're right, the difference between Trump's press conference and Biden's could not be more clear. Biden could not be bothered to address this as a crisis for 3 years of his presidency, whereas this has been Trump's most important issue since 2016. Who's going to come out better on this issue? Clearly, the poll suggests Trump.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Here's Biden's message to Trump concerning the border. Watch.
So here's what I would say to Mr. Trump. Instead of playing politics with this issue, instead of telling members of Congress to block this legislation, join me, or I'll join you in telling the Congress to pass this bipartisan border security bill. We can do it together.
May Mailman, it's not going to fly because everybody knows the gig is up. Everybody knows the president tomorrow could walk into his office and he could sign this and make it all right again, but he won't.
Exactly. Nobody cares that Biden is visiting the border unless he's going to use that experience to make changes to his policy. But the fact that he's visiting Brownsville, where the crisis has been mitigated, and he's spending the time saying that he needs a do-nothing bill because he can't do anything himself, shows that he has no intention in actually changing his policy on the border, which is why only 18% of Americans approve of his handling of the U.S.-Mexico border.
I wonder, Kaylee McGee-White, what do you think of the White House now calling illegal immigrants, quote, newcomers?
Well, this just goes to, again, one of the tools that's in the president's toolbox to address illegal immigration is language and rhetoric. And the Trump administration made it very clear from day one of Trump taking office that illegal immigration would be curtailed, that there would be action taken to suppress the flow of migrants. That had an impact on illegal immigration even before Trump signed any executive order to take action on it. The Biden administration has done the exact opposite. It has communicated every step of the way that it will not take any action to suppress illegal immigration and is instead welcoming these people. This is the result.
Yeah, he won't even call them that. I mean, it's kind of amazing to me. Georgia Representative Andrew Clyde wrote this on X, quoting Insanity. A newcomer just brutally murdered Laken Riley last week. Newcomers are flooding our country with fentanyl. These newcomers are costing American taxpayers nearly $500 billion. Joe Biden wants to normalize his intentional illegal invasion. May Mailman, your final thoughts on this?
Yeah, a newcomer is somebody who comes to our country legally that we want to welcome in. But because President Biden is calling everyone a newcomer, I guess he wants to welcome everyone in, including people who are murdering the daughters of America, including people who are raping America's children. And Americans are not going to stand for that.
May Mailman, Kaylee McGee-White, thank you both.